Good morning, folks. Welcome back to Central Nebraska on this beautiful Sunday morning. Marketplace strikes again. Kelly found something that's really cool on Marketplace and we're going to pick it up. Stick around if you want to come along. Using their skid steer to load it for us. This sink was in a house in town for probably 120 years. There it is. Concrete sink. Well, I think we got enough straps on our sink. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Kelly found some wild plums over here. What do you think?
Ready yet.
Well, our new sink made it home okay, going on the bumpy gravel roads. Even got the built-in washboard on the sink. Pretty cool. Well, we don't have time to deal with this today, but we'll come back and we'll get this thing installed where we're going to put it. All right, we are back. It's the following day. We're taking advantage of a cool morning and we're working outside today. Kelly's home because it's Labor Day and there's no labor on Labor Day except at home on the homestead. You don't get out of labor here. But she's picking some herbs so she can put some more in the freeze dryer. And I'm giving a little love here to the orchard because it's been so windy, just like it is today. I apologize if you hear it on the microphone. Been hard to keep our strip spray done, and the pigweed got so tall that we couldn't spray through it. So I went through and cut all the pigweed out, all the large weeds, so we can get the strip spray done. I got a couple little more things to do. I've also removed the cages from the trees, and I think I'm going to go away from these. I originally did it so the deer couldn't rub on the trees, but we haven't had that problem since very early on here on this property. I'm thinking all the dog smell maybe keeps them away. So the only thing we have to worry about is the trunks. And we got these really good trunk protectors to keep the rabbits off the trunks. So what we'll do is we'll get a little bit of chicken wire and just do real small cages around the bottom, similar to what our apple trees have down there. And then we can put our little tags on that chicken wire down there. This tree here was one of the peach trees we lost, but we had 3 big heavy suckers come up from the rootstock. I don't know what rootstock this was planted on. It appears to be a peach. So if this thing wants to grow in Nebraska, we're going to let it and we're going to see what it's going to do. We've got our other 2 peach trees that are just dead out. So we're going to pull those out today. I need to get my rake out here and put all this stuff into piles after I get done with the rest of the weeds down there. And we'll get the brush crusher out. Kelly's got some brush over there too to get. And then we'll put the stump wrecker on, get these old dead trees out. And eventually we'll get back on the sink project and do some other stuff here around the garden. Okay, other than pulling our dead trees, we have this side done. Got our weeds all stacked up. Just got a couple cages still to pull on this side and clean out from underneath the trees. And then this side will be done and we can get all this picked up. I don't know if I told you the reason I'm taking these cages off is because it's too hard to maintain underneath these because you can't reach inside because they're so tall. And you just can't get at the weeds. It's hard to check the drippers. So that's why we're doing away with them. Okay, we got this side done. We're ready to move on. Kelly's going to go get the tractor. We're going to get these 2 dead trees pulled out. Then we'll put the grapple on and I can pick up all this stuff and get it out of here. Line me up on one of those hooks. Well, as you can see, that tree's still rooted pretty well in there. So we'll get that with a stump bucket. We'll just come into the side and we'll pop that thing out of the ground. She's going to go get the grapple so we can pick this stuff up now. Gotta love a farm girl, huh? She's gonna go for all of them. Show off.
Huh?
Show off. Pretty sweet. That's all she left right there. Had all those piles. All right, Kelly dropped the brush crusher and the mower up top. We're gonna go put the stump bucket on over here, and then I'll probably drive. She can spot for me. We'll take these two trees out with the stump bucket, and then Kelly wants this wild cherry or plum or whatever it is out of there, because we have another one down there on the end, and we want to do a berry trellis right there between the greenhouse and the chicken coop. So let's go get that stump bucket on.
There you go.
All right, we got all of our trees out. That stump bucket makes short work of that. We'll come back and clean this up in a little bit. We need to start working on the sink project real quick. All right, we got our sink all unstrapped. We got to go get our bigger straps. By that Goodworks Tractor stump bucket, I can't say enough good stuff about that. There's no way we could have done that with a regular bucket. And you could also see we couldn't lift them out of the ground. And this thing here, because it's so narrow, has a lot smaller point of contact. The best way to describe it, it's like sticking an ice pick in the ground compared to a shovel. So this goes in a lot easier, and you've got a lot more leverage because you're only working on this little area here. So let's get the area ready in the garden. We'll come strap this up and haul it out there. All right, it took us like 20 minutes, but we got our frame all level on the ground on concrete pads here. Kelly set the bricks and leveled them while I was running the shovel. They don't make a better team than us, huh, babe?
Nope.
That's awesome. She gets all the low stuff and I handle high stuff. So now that this is ready, we've got it centrally located here in the garden. So when we're picking vegetables in the garden, this can be our wash sink and cool down sink. And then all we have to do is tap into our drip hose here with a T. So all we got to do is turn the garden water on and we'll have water to this sink. And then the drain water I'll just shoot out the back. It'll kind of water that lawn there on the edge. So you ready to go get the sink?
Yep.
All right. Back. Down.
Now go forward about 4 Go back a little, like 2 inches. Go down a little, slow.
Well, that was a little nerve-wracking, but we got it set. Kelly was afraid her sink was going to break. I was a little skeptical too, but we got her moved. It's got a clamp-on faucet. It's got a little deal on the back that clamps it on this metal piece. So I should be able to get some pipe fittings to go on here, come over and come down. We'll put a hose to pipe fitting there on the back. And then all we got to do is connect it to our drip line down there. We'll have water. What do you think, Ruby? You like that? Huh? Is that cool?
We'll put you in it and give you a bath.
Yeah, give you a bath and a sink. Does it pass the Ruby inspection? Yeah? Yes or no?
Yes.
Does it pass the Ruby inspection?
Yes.
You couldn't be less interested. I almost forgot, while I have the stump bucket on, I have some stumps on our back road behind our shelter belt that are pretty high for the lawnmower and they're small. So we're going to go get those. Had two stumps we knocked out here. We had to come in from both directions. I pushed them, dug them both from this side, and then I came back this way. Finally popped them out. I'm going to work on a couple of these roots. Found an abandoned water line that comes all the way down this road. Tractor dug it up here. And then it makes the curve, goes off into the shelter belt. Must have been for watering trees back in the day. So we'll get the rest of these roots popped out. We'll go get the other bucket on. We'll come back and cover all this up. What do you think, Ruby? Is that flat enough? Yeah? All good? I think it'll do. Or the projects just keep adding up. I remember got this widowmaker over here that fell over onto another tree, and it's kind of unsafe. So while we got the tractor out, we'll get a chain around the bottom of it here. We'll pull this thing backwards, try to get it off that tree, try to get it to go to the ground. Just got to move a couple sticks in here so we can get in here. All right, wish me luck. Hopefully we don't tear that cedar tree when it comes down. Tear it up too bad. Take her slow. Got a long enough chain where I can get away from it. Well, that worked out well. Didn't tear that cedar tree up. It's got a couple little scratches on it. This is going to make good firewood for the shop this winter. We'll come back another day and cut all this up. Got some good wood in here. So we'll take the tractor bucket and just scoot it back in here off the road. Get it out of the way. Alright, that ought to do it. Kelly's mowing the lawn. The happy hooker. Here's the teenage guineas all growed up. The first ones that are hen Hershey hatched out. They don't hang out with the older ones. Okay, we got everything cleaned up. We'll be able to weed spray this now since it doesn't have the big tall weeds in it. It'll be a lot easier without those cages. What I need to go do now is get some chicken wire. They're two cherry trees. The trunks on them are too big for our trunk protectors. We can put one on that one. Or we're going to go in and get some chicken wire and make those for the two cherry trees. Alright, there's our wire protector there. Got our tag on here also. Put the tag right on the end, holds it closed. And the wire's got a memory on it so it doesn't want to unroll. So it stays right in place, and we have about 2 turns around it. So that'll work good. Eventually we're going to get those on all the trees out here. Alright, second one done. So the ones that needed it have it. The very last thing I need to do is all these Honeycrisp apples are ready. So we need to get these off the tree before the birds tear them up, or any more than they've already torn up. So we'll get some lug boxes or some bushel baskets and get these picked. You know your apples are ripe when the hornets and the flies are in here eating the tops of them off. Got all of our Honeycrisp apples picked off of these 2 trees here. Some of them the bugs got already, but we'd already been eating some of these too. They're really good. So let's get these in the house. I just love that sink. Can't stop looking at it while I'm out here. That's really going to come in handy. Kelly strikes again. He always finds the good stuff. Well, Kelly's got about another hour on the lawn. So I'm going to put everything away, head inside, get supper going. About the time she's done, supper will be ready. I think we got done everything we wanted to accomplish today, which is really good. Didn't get any hang-ups. Hope you enjoyed hanging out with us here on the homestead. We really like having you guys with us. So until next time, stay safe, stay healthy. Love you guys. Come back and see us here on the farm. Right, Brandy? Come back and see us on the farm. The Brandy and the Ruby want to see you too.